Hey, high levelers, Rio Daniel here. I want to talk to you about reporting in this video. More than just reporting, a schedule and even custom reports that High Level has built in. It's a feature that I don't really see a lot of people talking or perhaps even using in their business that I thought would be of great value to you. So I'm hoping that you get a few ideas and maybe implement some of the custom reports in your business, because I think it would be a really cool feature to add to be able to send data directly to clients. Specifically, if you're a SaaS business where your customer maybe calls you every week or emails, what's the status of this? What number is this? How many appointments did we get last week? What was the number of calls that we got? They might be asking you these questions, and then you have to go look up and then tell them, well, why not just build a report that could send that data to them on a daily or weekly basis? That would be pretty cool and stop them from having to call you and get that information anyway. So that's the kind of feature that I'm looking for. Now, I will give you a little bit of a heads up, a little background behind me. I started my career in IT. I worked about 20 years as an IT person. So I was certified in pretty much everything Microsoft at the time. And one of the things I did do a lot with was SQL Server, the database system, and then SQL reporting. So SQL reporting was a great web-based tool, very similar, not similar, but it was web-based reporting that High Level has as well. And so I do understand at least reporting, report building, and things like that. Now, the report builder inside of High Level that we're going to look at here in just a little bit, is limited, and they did build this report infrastructure basically around the same widget structure that you build dashboards with. So if you've built dashboards and you've used it to customize that type of thing, then reporting is going to be very easy for you to pick up and learn. If not, really, it's not that hard to learn how to deal with and to create a pretty straightforward custom report that you can send to your customer on a routine basis, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly. So let's hop in and take a look at it. So here we are inside of one of our demo accounts. Now, I'm going to just apologize right now. Typically, when we do reporting, it's always nice to have a lot of data so you can see cool charts and numbers and stuff like that. I'm not going to be able to do that in this one because we are dealing with the demo account. So again, I apologize for that. But the whole point I want to give you here is I want to give you the ability to sit back and show you how to create these custom reports, some of the value they can be, and then show you how you can easily build a report once and then copy it or move it into your client's system, just like that within a minute. And then now you can have this particular custom report to every client that you onboard. And it would just be one more little step that your VA or whoever does your onboarding would do to just get this report loaded and then get it scheduled to send out to the client. So right now, if we're taking a look here, I did mention that the reporting system is built off of the same technology as the dashboards. So if you look at the dashboards, notice here that if we click on this to edit it, we can click back and add a widget. Notice that we get this widget elements and themes. This same type of technology is exactly what the reports are built off of. Again, if you're good at doing this, if you're good at looking at pulling these particular type of things here out, then the reports are going to be no problem whatsoever. So rather than dealing with dashboards, let's hop into the report and just take a quick look at it and just give you a couple of ideas of what you can do to really make a robust report. So down here on the left, you're going to click on reporting. Now, there are several things that you're going to be looking at here across the top. I want to focus on the custom reports for this, but just real quick, they've got these tabs for Google and Facebook ad reporting that really go down in detail with it. But some of the things that are really valuable are these call reports, because why would a call report be valuable? Because number one, you'd want to find out and show your client how beneficial the high level system is by, again, if you're running like an AI system, how many calls did you get that you didn't have to respond to? So if you got 50 phone calls last week or last month or whatever, then these are calls that you didn't have to answer because you can work in your business, because now the AI system, like the voice AI agent, can respond and attract these leads. But giving them a call volume really helps them understand the level of people calling in to that particular high level platform. Now keep this in mind. They're calling the high level number. For these, most likely are going to be new people, not necessarily current existing customers, because current customers may already have the direct business phone number, whereas new customers only see what's publicly visible, and they're going to be calling the GoHighlevel number. So anyway, that's just something that is a good benefit, is being able to put a GoHighlevel number and show how many inbound calls and do that type of call reporting. So call reports are one thing. Agent reports, if you want to get down to the agent level as far as how they handle certain opportunities, and then the appointment reports showing you just all the booked appointments and things like that for any particular calendar. Now, the only problem with these tabs is that you have to log in to High Level to look at them. Now, again, if you're running a business model where people don't log into it, like you set up their account and you set up forms and websites and funnels and calendars and automations, and they never log into High Level, they might log into the mobile app at best, then they won't see any of these reporting applications. They wouldn't see these type of dashboards, and they'd have to go looking for them in order to find them. Rather than having them go do something, maybe you can be proactive and send them this data. Again, solve your own business problem. If people are calling you, if your clients are calling you about the same stuff over and over again every week, they just compile all that information into one of these custom reports and email it to them on a weekly basis to solve that problem for yourself. So I'm going to come back here and focus primarily on the custom reports area because this is a really cool feature that, again, you have with Highlevel that you may not be utilizing that could be very beneficial to your business and give you that little, what makes you different than your competition. I'm being proactive and sending you this information every single week so you don't even have to ask for it. And that's one of the nice things is that every week, it could be Monday, it could be Sunday night, that you have these things emailed out, but you can simply email it out. And then when they get to the office first thing Monday, they can do a review of last week to see how well they've done, how much money they've made and stuff like that. These are a couple of reports that I've already created just to give you an idea of what you can start building. Now, one of them, I'm going to blow this up here, is online sales and revenue. If somebody has funnels, maybe if you're a niche or coaches and they do funnels and they do online sales, then this would be a great report. Then you can send them either every day, every week. But this is information that you have within all of those widgets that we saw earlier in the dashboard. All you have to do is put them on a report or put them on a page and arrange them in such a way that makes it easy for the client to take a look at and quickly view what's happening inside of their account. So another one is going to be weekly booking appointments. So if you do a lot of call schedules and your whole service base is about appointments, booking appointments and getting service calls, then doing a weekly appointment booking may be very good. And when I get into that report, we will take a look at it. You can even have reports where one page could be like the overall company booking. Then you can have another one where you break it down and you specify that page. All the widgets on that page are filtered customly for maybe one of your salespeople, John. And then one of your pages could be built for one of your salespeople, Jane. I'm just using example names here, but you can have these things customized and broken down just to them. So you can see not only an overall office statistic, but now you actually see a technician or a salesperson's numbers as well. So again, call reporting, very similar. Again, overall company, or you can break it down per technician. But right now, let me show you just the interface for the report, how it's built and things like that. So if you click on new report, we're going to start with a blank report here, but there are going to be, as you see, template libraries, because I'm sure Highlevel with their template libraries are going to come out with all these cool reports that are already pre-built, so you don't have to build them yourself. You can just say, okay, my client needs this one. Let me put it in there, schedule it, and we're good to go. And then cloning existing reports, again, is coming soon. But here's a cool feature. If you have already done a lot of work on your clients, so you've already built in dashboards that have all this information in there. Again, you can build multiple dashboards, very similar to what we're doing with reports. The only problem with the dashboards, again, is that you have to log into Highlevel to look at them. They're not visible outside or in an email. So now this is a way that Highlevel is telling me, blow this up a little bit. So you can actually import an existing dashboard into a report. Pretty cool, right? So if you've already done the work, now you can just basically convert that dashboard into a report. So I'm going to click on import just to show you what this looks like. So here it is. Dashboard is just titled dashboard here. But if we take a look, we have a cover page and we have just our dashboard pages with all of our Google Analytics on it. And all that information that was on our dashboard was pulled in and displayed nice and neat. So we didn't have to add all these widgets to the report. They're here automatically. Okay. One of the things here, and that's a pretty cool feature, but I'm going to go back and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create from scratch here. So I'm going to do this. Now from here, if you take a look, I just want to show you the interface. Here, if we click on this, these are all your elements. Notice that this is very similar to what we saw back in the dashboard, the exact same widget. So if you click on this, contacts, being able to add your contacts to this, depending on the type of report you want to build. I'm not going to build one here. I've already got a couple of ones that I've already built, but I'm just trying to show you the interface right now. But here's where you have access to all of these. You do have access to some of the other elements. So if you want to have a custom embed, title, image, or anything like that, you can put that in here. And then themes, if you want to have an overall theme to theme all of your pages, then you can do that here globally. But you can also do this at a widget level as well. And we'll take a look at it when we start dealing with the customized reports. Now here, if we take a look, this is the manage permissions button. This is where if you want to make this private, meaning only the creator of the report has access to take a look at it, edit it, and view it. That's going to be up to you. If you don't want to do that, you can turn this off. And then here, if we take a look, private report, notice that we've got these options here. Agency user, what level agency user do we want to have access to? Again, this from the agency level, you might want to have full. Account admins have full, but then the account user only has view permissions. So notice there's full, edit, and view. View just allows them to run the report, but doesn't allow them to go through and change the widgets or move things around. So that's how you deal with permissions. Here we actually have a page list view. Now notice we do have a cover page in this first unentitled page. You can click here and rename this. You can rename any of these, but this is really just for the report. So you might want to have something like office view. If you wanted to, click save. This is really just the page view. This is for you to help understand what's on that particular page. It doesn't affect the report at all. Or if you wanted to, you can come over here, click and just rename it or delete it. Now, me personally, I'm not really crazy about these cover pages. So one of the things that they do allow you to do is click on this little button over here, which says page properties. And here's where, if you wanted to, you could click on this and update, put a logo in there to customize it. If you want to make the report look pretty and fancier, that's going to be completely up to you. But it does have these nice features as far as what the report is called. and it could be like a weekly report or something like that, and it actually gives you the date range at which it runs. That might be beneficial if you want to. If you don't want to show this, so you can just simply click on this checkbox here, and you can't see it because I'm hiding it. Right here that just says show cover page. You can just click on that, and now you don't actually get that cover page shown, but this is still like a page property, so you can still look at it. And one of the nice things about this also is that if we're taking a look at reports, you can also come here and change the page background. So if you don't want the report to be white, maybe you want it to be a light gray, a light brown, or give it a background that just makes it a little bit more interesting, you can do that here for the entire report as well. So here are some of the other things that you can do. Is this is just a date picker. So if you do have data, it allows you to pick what range you want. I think by default here it's a month. So those are the options that you get. You can export this. If you want to export the report, it'll export it as a PDF file, and then you can email the report to somebody if you wanted to. But again, the whole point of this video is to show you how to send the report to somebody and schedule it, which is this button right here. So again, we have cancel and save, but that's the basic interface. So it is pretty basic. So let's hop into and actually look at a report that I've already built. So again, we take a look here. We've got several reports. I'm not going to deal with the online sales. Some of the other reporting that we can do is, I think, more interesting, like this appointment report. So here inside of the appointment report, notice that we can click on this little edit, rename it to be whatever title we want. And from this, notice that from this, whatever you name the report is what will show up here as far as the report title. So the report title and this right here you can't really edit it per page. It just pulls that information from the report title, and then it pulls this information from the date range that it's being run. Now, again, when you schedule it, if you schedule it for a daily, then this would show one day to another. For example, from this day to yesterday to the day, something like that. But we'll take a look at the options you get whenever you want to schedule it a little bit later here. But right now, one of the things I do want to show you is coming in and being able to edit some of these things. So if we come here and we click on this, notice that we do get edit, duplicate, or delete. So if we want to come in here and, again, let's just potentially add something here. So here we've got appointments. This is the weekly appointment call. So notice we have all these appointment widgets. We have the total appointment count confirmed. Let me pull something in here we don't have. Just say we want to do this no-show count over time. So we want to have something like that. So here's the counting the appointment created on, and we're looking at the breakdown of this daily. Maybe we'll want to do something like monthly. So we want to just see all the people that are no-shows from a monthly basis. Now, when we're doing this is one of the things that when you come in here, you can click on some of this advanced settings, and you do get some of these other fields in here. But this really doesn't matter if you're going to be scheduling it for this. But here, some of the conditions, these are one of the places where you can customize it and start filtering it like per user. So here's one of the examples where if you want to come here, this is a status for no-show, but then you come and add a condition where you're like, let's just say the user for this system is going to be equal to, and it gives you a list of all of your users. So let's just say we want to say John. So now what this is going to do, this widget is going to pull in all the stuff for John for the total month for the no-shows that John has had. So again, this is a great way to customize the widget. And again, you have multiple pages on the report. Let me go ahead and save this and just get out of here. So now we have this no-show count over time for John. But let's just say that this page right here was John's. We can come down here to the bottom, click on another page. And here we might want to add all the widgets for Jane. Notice that we saw Jane was another sort of fake user staff member here. So we can create all of these things, and we want to duplicate them. We can come here and just simply say duplicate. And then for here, if we want to duplicate it, it already puts it here. So we can duplicate it, come into the conditions. Notice that this was John. Now we can just switch this to Jane and very quickly be able to sit back and build a report. Very similar to what we did up here, but we do it for Jane. Hopefully that makes sense and just shows you how quickly you can build these reports. Now, again, this is just really quick, really easy. Unfortunately, you can move these things around. If you want to drag and drop them, you can move them and do all the type of things that you normally would do to make the reports look pretty. Some of these widgets, unfortunately, can't be like resized. If you choose one widget that's a different size and another, it does make things a bit awkward on the report. But again, you can always schedule them and try to make them look as best as they can. So again, trying to make it as pretty as you want to, but once you get the report there, then you can just simply save it. Okay. Now, one of the things about this is whenever you're sitting back and you're building the report and you finally get it done, I told you over here, you can come over and set a background. If you want to be loud, you could set some sort of a background. Like that's a little bit too bold. But if you want to come here and set like a little bit of just more of a neutral color, something like that, just a lighter color, just an example, it's just something that gives your reports a little bit more pop. Okay. So once you save all these particular reports and you've got them saved, here's one of the great time-saving features that you can actually do. Let's just say if you wanted all of these reports built, let's just say we're not doing it per user. We're just building sort of standard reports that you'd want to send out company-wide, has just company information, not user-specific. What you can do is you can build this report in your business sub-account. So these reports would be reports that you build one time inside of your account. And then from here, let's just assume that this demo account was your business account. Then you can just simply click on here and say duplicate. I'm in the way again here. Give me a second. So let me show you here. If you click on these three dots, You're going to get manage permissions, which we already saw, but duplicate to another account. This is where it's a huge time saving. And once you build this report once, it makes it very easy to move it or duplicate it to one of your client's accounts. It just has to be a one simple onboarding step that you add to your onboarding process is to copy the report into your customer's account. And then of course you have delete. So right now what I want to do is just pull this up. Here's the report. You can give it whatever name you want to. I don't want to choose copy. I'm just going to leave it the same name, but I'm going to click here and just select the sub account that I want to move it into and click duplicate and boom, there it is. The report is now inside of your client sub account. You can click it up and then schedule it like we're going to show you here just shortly. I know that's what this whole video has been about, but I really just wanted to show you the interface, how quickly and easy it is to build it, how you can customize it and do things like that. And I didn't show this to you here, but one of the things I do want to bring up is if you click here, you do have these theme elements where this is the standard theme, but let's just say we wanted to do red here for all of our themes. All of the widgets here would now have a red theme color here if we select if they had data to show. So we could do something like that, but if we come in here to the edit the widget level, notice in here, we can have themes and we can override the sort of default theme. So instead of red, I might want to have this widget to be blue. So again, if you want to come over here, maybe you want this widget color when it gets displayed to be green. So you can come in and really customize it and make the report look colorful just by doing it. Again, once you build that report one time, we saw how you can easily copy it over, but just spend a little bit of time, make these reports look pretty, and then you wow your clients whenever you start sending them the report. So speaking of send it to them, let's go ahead and just do this. We can click on send or schedule here. So if we click on this, notice that we can come back and look at scheduling. Here's all of our options. We get daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annually. Really robust here that you could do all this. So we might want to make this a weekly report. So again, to choose the day, if you want to, this could be Sunday. Remember, if it's a weekly report, you might want this to go out at 11 p.m. In the date range here, do you want the last 7 days? What day do you want? Obviously, if it's going to be a weekly report, we'd want this to be for the last week. So that would be great. Comparison from the previous 7 days. So that little inside of the widget, so you can have that little arrow that says you're up or you're down from the previous week. So you can have that built into it. This right here is my email, but who you want to send the email address from, the subject line, what do you want the subject to be, who do you want the recipients to be, and you could choose anybody in any staff members in the account. Or if you wanted to, you can just simply type in an email address. If you want this to go to somebody else, just hit enter, and you could put that in there as well. And then anything optional that'll go just in the body of the report, which you don't have to, but whenever this gets sent out, then this gets sent out as a PDF attached to it. So then you can simply click on it and look at it, and then you can click save and schedule. So here we're going to sit back and just click on this just to finish this out. So there we go. Sorry, it was blown up a little bit here. So this has been saved and scheduled and ready to go. Now, if you wanted to, you can send a test email out for this one, but that's basically it. That's really what I wanted to show you. And right now, if you take a look here, notice that we've got this frequency. Notice on the report now, we've got this one that is now scheduled weekly. And notice that it is green. And if you're familiar with it, if you think of workflows, remember that if it's a draft mode, it's this gray color, but when it's published, it becomes green. So it's like that same look here to let you know that this is an active report. So right now, this just starts being sent out. And now you can start sending reports out, whatever you want to different people. But here's the cool thing. It doesn't necessarily these reports don't have to just go to an office manager. You can build reports specifically, or your clients can do this themselves if they wanted to, but you can have reports again, just for John. So if you want to send John just his stat reports, then you can build a report just for John and send it to John every week to let them know their stats and give them an overview. Now, if you're a salesperson, you really should be in here looking at the interface, but this right here is just another way that you can simply build a report, send it out to office manager, a particular person, or even an outside third party on a scheduled basis. Now, I haven't really seen anybody talk about this, which is why I want to create this video to give you an idea that you could possibly include this in your service or your package to just give your clients a wow factor. Like, hey, I get a report every day showing all my stats and all my statistics from my calls, my appointments, or anything else that I'm looking and interested to. And if you wanted to, hey, say your customer calls you and say, can you add this to it? Yes, I can. Go into the report, add the custom widget, give it a nice little color coding, make it look all pretty. And then next time this thing goes out, it'll actually have the updated information. Guys, I hope you found this video useful. I really do. I know this is a really small niche type area of high level, but I thought it was at least valuable enough to bring to your attention because you can add value and it doesn't cost you any more. Building this report probably takes you maybe 20 or 30 minutes to go through and build a nice report, make it look right, give it a background, give it colors, make it look all nice and pretty. And again, you get this wow factor report inside of Highlevel that you can send out to your clients that maybe put you above and beyond. So if you did learn something, click on the like button. Give me a comment if you have any questions regarding the reports that maybe I didn't answer here. I know this is a high level overview, so I just want to give you guys the idea in your mind that you could do this. Maybe you've never logged in the reporting area and actually saw this, But I hope you learned something. I hope this is of value to you. And if it is, again, smash, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button here. I appreciate your support and you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.